Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a really nice pastel drawing for you. So I'm going to start off by just applying some white to the whole of the canvas. You can use an off-white too, just use a bit of that. This is the off-white, there's not much difference, it's quite a light tone basically. It adds a little bit of a warmth to the colour of the sky. And seeing as this is going to be a sunset scene, I want it to have a bit of warmth in there. So I'll use that in with the white. Right down to there. I'm going to bring it just everywhere on the paper. Get some more of that white as well. Mix that in with that colour. So there's a good variety in there. Good amount of it though. You'll use quite a bit of your chalk doing this, because you want it to have a decent amount of colour in there. Rock, so I shade that in. Not too much though, because there's light in between there. There's bits of snow in between. Right, I'm not going to go too high, that's it for that. And then there's a background mountain in here. So I'm just going to, this will be a bit lighter with this. Anyway, straight away I can tell it's lighter in tone. And it's a bit flatter. And it's got a little peak that comes up there. And then goes down. Something like that. And there's going to be some distant stuff going on in the background with them too. So that's good. I'm happy with that. Right, so let's carry on with this sky. Where were we? That's right, just putting that white up there. Right. So now I'm going to switch to blue, black and crimson at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a bit of blue in there. Just all the way across. And then a bit of, in fact I want a bit more blue than that. I want this to have some really nice intense colours, this picture, so put plenty in, right to the edges. And then some of the crimson. Doesn't matter at first, if it doesn't have to look perfect at first. It's not about that. Blow that off, and then I want a bit of black, because I don't want it to be too blue. I want it to be a bit purpley. And then I'll put a bit more blue in there. Now what I want to do is get some more white. And just up in here, I'm going to start at the lowest part, down in there. And I'll work my way up just with that. And that'll mix the white with the colours that I've just added basically. There. And then it's a matter of just blending. Really nice soft blending in there. I want it just a little bit lighter than it is, So I'm just going to get some of this other chalk. I'm going to put some of that in. Again, just softly blend that out. Little circles sometimes is nice. Cool. Just down in here, it actually gets a bit brighter just at where these clouds start. So just again, I can come back in with a bit more white on that bottom edge and allow it to mix with what you've got above. Nice and soft. Happy with that? Just put a little bit more, just a tiny bit higher up. Let it get darker towards the top edge. There, that's more like it. Like that. Just go nice and soft in there. Right then, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go give my hands a bit of a clean off. I'm going to go straight into yellow. Nice yellow colour. Just in here at this level. And I'll add some of this yellow in the sky. That's nice. And it gets a bit more orangey towards the right hand side over here. So what I'll do, I'll just add a little bit of orange to that. That's it. Now I want that yellow to be quite strong. I'm going to add some white to it too. I want it to be enough pastel there for me to be able to use it properly. So I'm going to go to my white chalk again, and just in here where the sun's going to be, I'm just going to use some of that white pastel and use circles like so, and then I can blend that out with my fingers, just in there, just blend it out. I'm going to have clouds up in here, this is just poking through the clouds, this sun. Right, and also you can just put a tiniest amount over this yellow just to brighten it up a bit. And, right, so again I'm just going to blend that out. Make sure you're using a clean finger. There, that's the brightest spot just in there. That's nice. Go back in again. Really want that to be nice and bright in there. A bit more of the yellow chalk. Nice. I'm happy with that so far. Now, it actually comes down below this mountain, does that yellow colour. Just to about there. Just through there. Just going to make sure I cover it, every area that's got the yellow with it, with the yellow. Nice. Again, some more yellow in on there. Keep going backwards and forwards between these, and we'll lighten it up just at the top of that. just add in white, maintaining that this area here is always going to be the brightest part. So what I do is I can blend that out, go back in with this white, quite strong now, just in that area. That's it. Just like so. And you can just blend that a bit. Right. Now, again, I want some more of this yellow down in here, but I'm just going to add some white first. I'm going to add some more colours. Some crimson. Get some of that crimson colour. Apply some of that along this edge, just into there. And a bit over in there too. Just blend that out softly. Little bits of that colour too. Actually, just up in there. Just using cider chalk for that. Right. You can use a bit of white over that. There we go. Just soften it nicely. This is underpainting more or less, because we're going to have a lot of nice dark clouds in here. So I want some more of that crimson all down in here. Just going around generally the drawing that I did before. In there. I know it looks very bright at the moment, but it will be subtle down once I put the blues in and stuff. Same with this red here, put some of that in there. It's always the same with pastels, you just got to be patient and it shows itself. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just gently blend the top edge of that so it mixes with that white. There. Nice and soft and very straight. I want it to go straight, really straight. Because these are them stringy clouds that you get on the horizon. Nice. There. And anywhere you've messed up or you've got it a little bit different, you can always change that. For instance, just in here I want a bit more yellow. See, that's just red at the moment, but it's going to be more of a purple colour when it's finished. Just want it to go and blend into this yellow slightly up there. Do a lot with that blending though, surprising. Right, now for that next stage, I'm just going to get some titanium white, and just in here I'm going to pull some of that through there, and then I'm going to blend it to that and add the yellow. Good. And then that in there too. Mixed with the red. Right. Blend again. Same with this colour that we've got. Just just going to come up in here. I'm going to put some red in for this cloud. We've got a big cloud that's going right across the sky, basically. It's going right across the sky. So I'm just using the very straight edge that you have on the sides of the chalk for this. And I'm just coming up in here and I'm just pushing side to side to create some little clouds that we're going to have in there. And then we can highlight them and put the shadow colour into them and stuff. I'm liking that. And maybe a little bit just in there too. Something about like so. Just making sure we've got plenty of that red going on in there. You notice I've used a darker red down lower. I want a straight edge just there at the bottom. The chalk will fall onto your page naturally when you're painting like this. It's bound to happen. Right, so just in there I'm going to go right through. Very straight with that corner edge again. Just touching here and there. Leaving some of that yellow showing through in places, and then having a bit of some bits of that going on in there too, what you can just see. A few little wispy clouds going on in between. Right, happy. That off a bit. There we go. Now I'm just going to go back to my light coloured piece of chalk. It's an off-white. I'm just going to use some of that in there. So I can get some of that yellow colour back for this area here. That's it. I want a bit of this colour in there, you see, but I don't want it to overtake. Just at the bottom there. That's cool. See, I want it to pick up a bit of that colour. Definitely. I want it to have a yellow tinge. And that yellow in between there always helps. See, just in the centre there, it all joins and connects. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let a couple come out from there. That's it. And then maybe one at that side. I hope you can see and make out what I'm doing here. Right, more of the crimson tone up in here now. blend that out. Sweet. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit of the white in there too. The white always just helps soften it. It really does. It helps to soften it all. Because your colours mix with it. Right. I'm going to go back into my darker colours. Which is the blue and the black. So I'm going to put some of this blue down over the top of this red, which should make it go a nice and purple colour. Just do it all over that main area first. You want quite a bit. You want to have a good contrast against what we've got. So we need quite a bit of colour in there to achieve that. Now this at the top is quite solid, and then it wisps off just into there. Same with this one. Just let it wisp off. Let some of that colour show through from before, that red. Something about like that. And then just along the edge, I want to go just below where the red is. And at the bottom I can go right down to where the red's starting. Pull that blue into there. Start to get his contrast now soon. Leave some of that red in. Like I say, don't kill it all, but just destroy it. And then down in here, I'm just gonna leave a few open areas. See how that yellow's showing through now? That's what I'm wanting. That is exactly what I'm wanting to chase. Just a tiny bit more. Right. Now it's time for using the black, and these colours will show through that then. Might even need a bit more red yet, I'm not sure. But right, so I'm going to use the crimson again. Just up in here, got another little part that has, just comes off to about there. Just using the corner of this crimson chalk there. Bring that up to there. Comes out a bit over in there. Good for these stringy clouds to just use that edge, corner edge on it there. Gives us some nice little details and stuff. don't want to come off just at the moment. If you persist, it'll come off then. And I only need a hint of it in there anyway. So that's going to come off and basically run through this colour here. So I'm just going to clean my finger out, and just in here I'm just going to blend like so. That's good. Now I'm just going to use the front edge of this, I think. Seems to be working a bit better at applying the colour. That's what I'm after. And then that bit comes off of there. Lovely stringy clouds. So just putting the red in first. Then I'll go back with the blue and just put a hint of that in there. Got that blue and red to mix together. You can apply more red over the top of this even to make them mix properly. Something about like so. Again, I'm just going to come in with my finger and just soften that. Gently soften it. Very dark at the moment, you see. So once you've softened it, you can see how light or dark it is. Whether it needs to get darker or lighter. Now I want to make that a bit brighter, so I'm just going to put a bit more red in there. Blend that out. Just use your little finger for these little areas. And usually when you just go back and put a tiny bit of white in, it helps it to look better, it helps it to blend a bit better. So just a touch of white up in there, just to tone it down a bit. That's good. Right, just to sharpen it off a bit from the bottom edge, I'm just going to get some white, sharp edge, and just in there I'm going to come with a lot of pressure underneath that cloud. There. Blend it sometimes if it's come into that colour too much. Just using a little finger. Happy. And again, you can just keep going backwards and forwards with these. I'm going to use a bit more red, just in here. A bit more blue. Just up in there I need a bit more blue as well. Just blend that. That's good. You can gently blend them two colours so you can't see, you just see the red underneath the blue basically. Nice little stringy one there. Go back into it with the red. And what I'll do is I'll pick up a bit of that blue. It's just what we want. A bit more of that blue in. A few little stringy ones up there too. And here too. So I'm just putting them in with the blue first, like this, and then I'm going to go over with the red, because we've got a good one in here now. This one goes right along here, and it's quite chunky at one point. And then it thins itself out about there. Well, it's a bit thin at that end, and it's a bit thicker just in the centre, just in there. That's good. Back to the red. Some red over the top of that. I'm using a particular corner, and I keep losing that corner. Soften that. Clean finger, soften it. That's it. If you don't touch it too heavily, just enough so that it mixes with the blue, you'll find it will get a nice even spread then. And you'll have a bit more red in some areas, and other areas you'll have a bit more blue. But you want really generally that purpley colour, nice sunset colour. But as you can see, just by doing that, going in with a red over the top of the blue, it just really makes lovely little stringy clouds. That's good. Once you get it working, it works pretty good for you. Once you can get it to work. One side, it'll give you enough colour, just enough colour. Right, quite a few of these going on now in here. This one actually comes right through. Let me find that edge again. There it is. I lost the edge for a minute then. That's it. Just gently touch some of that colour into it. That can be enough to blend it, can that? If you're gentle. So I'm just going to blend over that fast. Clean finger. I usually lick my finger and wipe out my pants, because then it's easy to control. Just soften that cloud a bit. We're getting somewhere now. Starting to really enjoy doing this. Just in here we've got a few little floating clouds going on. Just in between. Still see the yellow through them. Few going on in there. Just loads and loads of little clouds. Just showing that bits of yellow in between. Now, just up in here where the sun's going to be, just going to use some more white, make sure it's clean. And then just in here, just gonna do that a bit brighter. Again, clean my finger off. And just blend that. You can also go back into some of these areas as well if you like. Up in here, just to release a bit of that yellow back in. If you lose it, it's as easy as that. Yeah. If the paper starts to show through underneath, just tap a bit more chalk on there. That's all you need. Right, this is good. Now I'm just going to go up into here again with a bit more of this red. Good. Right, so the tops of this is going all very wispy. It's quite wispy. Just on the end. Just like so, that's good. So I'm going to go back to my red now. Get the crimson. Just put some of that in there.